Why do you, as a neurodiverse entrepreneur, keep experiencing reoccurring periods of burnout, serious burnout? So like burn out, get better, burn out, get better, burn out, get better. Why? Why is this? Okay, before I go into this, let's just get grounded. My name is Hannah Anstey. I am a business coach for neurodiverse women. I help women have more peace, a more regulated nervous system, and more profit, more money in their business. I'm a British woman based in Yorkshire, but I'm currently filming from Thailand. It's 32 degrees, I'm in perimenopause and I'm absolutely boiling, so I've got the window open. I tried putting the aircon on, but it's just so noisy, so the window open is less so, but it means we can hear exotic birds, airplanes and motorbikes, so just stay with me if you can. All right, I wanted to make this video because it's been on my mind for so long and I wanted to just get on with it, even though it's not in the perfect setting. Okay, so there's two main reasons why you are struggling with recurring burnout. And it's really important that you get a good idea, a good understanding of what these reasons are, because otherwise we just keep in the cycle. And I know this from my own 4 years of burnout. Burnt out, not burnt out. Let's be honest, it's awful. It ruins our life, messes up everything. Okay, so what is the first thing? Okay, hear this loudly. Mainstream neurotypical business advice is not compatible with neurodiverse minds. Just let that sink in, think about it. Let's say it again. Neurotypical business advice, mainstream advice, most of the advice is not compatible with our brains. It's just not gonna work. If we follow mainstream advice, it leads us overwhelmed, burnt out, and with not enough money in the bank. Okay, and that is a fact. Okay, and it's really important we get our heads around this and let ourselves off the hook and stop feeling like a failure. We're not failures, right? We just need to do things differently, which is get rid of that advice and start listening to our values and our intuition. I'm going to give 3 examples of mainstream business advice that just doesn't work for us. So number 1, even the idea of a 40-hour week is ridiculous, right? We're not going to be able to work 40 hours a week and remain healthy, especially at a screen. And more importantly, we don't need to. So a lot of mainstream business advice is hustle this and hustle that. It's all bullshit. You don't need to hustle to have a successful business. Okay, so forget the 40-hour work week. That's the first thing. Okay, the next thing is forget social media. So I could talk about this for years, months, because it's my pet peeve, right? Because social media does not work even for neurotypicals to bring consistent revenue. Yeah, it can bring flurries here and there, but it doesn't bring that consistent revenue that we need every month to pay our bills and live well. Okay? We need consistency in our income more than anyone, because we might not have the energy because we'll be burnt out, or we just might have those fluctuating energy levels that come with autism or ADHD. That means that we can't continuously be on this hamster wheel trying to get clients all the time, trying to bring people in. We just can't do it. Okay, there are loads of other specific reasons based around rejection sensitivity and dopamine and all that kind of thing of why neurodiverse individuals should not be on social media at all. So take that into account. And if you go on my website, actually there's a blog post about that, and maybe I'll do a video about it. But for our business, no, it doesn't work, and it causes us to feel overwhelmed, burned out, like failure, imposter syndrome, all the rest. The other thing, we don't need it. We don't need social media, right? I'm not on social media and I have a successful business. I don't work 40 hours a week and I've got a successful business, okay? So I'll just give one more example, although there are hundreds. Oh, can you hear the monk's bell maybe going past? There are hundreds of bits about mainstream business advice that are not going to suit us, but I'll just give one more because I want to move on to the other issue. Overly complicated systems, right? I don't know about you, but I have spent thousands of pounds on courses over the years only to not be able to implement them. That leaves me out of pocket and feeling like a failure, feeling like I'm not cut out for entrepreneurialism, I'm not cut out for self-employment. That's bullshit, right? We are. In fact, you know, neurodiverse individuals actually make brilliant entrepreneurs, but it's these systems, these really overcomplicated systems, whether it's a tech system or a copywriting system or whatever it is, and it just doesn't need to be like that. We don't need those systems, right, to be successful. Okay, so we can get rid of the complicated systems, we can get rid of the 40-hour work week, we can get rid of social media, and we can still be successful. How do I know this? Because I'm successful and these things apply to me and my clients are successful. They've got rid of all this too. Okay, so I hope you're feeling, I don't know if you're managing to have like a bit of a reframe about this, like let yourself off the hook. This isn't the way. It's not the neurotypical way, isn't the way for us. Okay, now let's move on to the other equally significant factor that is causing us reoccurring burnout. Just before I go into the second thing, if you want more peace and more profit in your business, click the link below for my free strategies opt-in. They're absolutely brilliant and they'll get you started on the right track towards a neurodiverse business that values your strengths, okay? Okay, so this other really significant piece is, and this is a bit of an odd one because let's face it, most of us are self-employed because we cannot stand neurotypical work environments, right? We cannot stand them. We don't thrive in them. We might have had really unsafe experiences in them. We might have suffered with chronic health issues. There's a whole range of really bad things that affect us of why we don't want to go back there and why we're self-employed. However, what we do is we stay masked in our business. And it's this masking in our business that seriously contributes to our burnout as well. So I'm just going to give some examples of this. So say you're a coach and you have those really fluctuating energy levels, but you're kind of all right in the morning, like morning's your good time, but you offer afternoon appointments because you feel like you should or because clients have asked you to. Surefire way to burnout because you're not unmasking and saying, look, afternoons actually don't work for me, you know, having the confidence to say that. Okay, the next one, Zoom calls, face-to-face meetings. Maybe you're so highly masked like me in some areas that you continue, maybe you don't like eye contact, right, with strangers, but you continue this networking or this face-to-face stuff or the Zoom stuff when actually you'd be better with a phone call. So you don't have the confidence to say, or maybe you don't even know, right, because you haven't sort of spent time with yourself really investigating this, like what it is that's really making you so exhausted. Okay, and then finally, just another example, there's so many examples of masking our business, but like not asking for help. Like, I need help in my business. I'm a neurodiverse woman and I need help in my business and I wouldn't be able to run my business without help. And I don't have any shame in saying that. I don't have any shame in asking for help. I used to have shame in saying that, right? Because, you know, hyper vigilant, hyper independent, all that stuff, you know, spanning back from conditioning that many of us got. But now it's saying to someone, hey, I can't do that on my website, or I can't do that within that system. I need help, right? So it's asking for that help and admitting things that we can't do. And just as an example, so I'm reading off notes here because I have ADHD, right? So I can't remember lists of stuff in the correct order. I just can't do it. So by telling you that, by looking at a list and by telling you I'm looking at a list and that I have ADHD and I can't do this, I'm unmasking to you. So I'm unmasking in my business. And this is what I would do with my clients as well, right? And all my clients can unmask with me. Yeah, it's a safe environment to do so. Yeah, so I don't know what you think about any of this, whether you've thought about any of it before, but it's just so important. And the journey of unmasking in our business is a tricky one, right? Because we don't want to lose clients. We don't want to be perceived in a certain way. Maybe we haven't even told anyone we're neurodivergent. What I can tell you from my own experience of 4 years of burnout, on, off, is that it wasn't until I completely unmasked in my business and that I got rid of mainstream business advice that I managed to get rid of burnout, and I have been, 14 months completely free now. Okay, so there is hope. You can do this. You are capable. So, because when we're in these periods of burnout, we start thinking, I'm not cut out to be an entrepreneur. You know, self-employment isn't for me. I'm a failure. I'm not good enough. None of that is true. None of that is true. Okay? You just haven't found your groove yet. You need to unmask and you need to trust your intuition more. So I hope this video has been helpful. Like I said before, if you want some free strategies specifically for neurodiverse women, for more peace, a more regulated nervous system, and more profit, more money in the bank, more earnings, then click on the link below. I'd love for you to join my email community. Thank you for listening.